talking basketball. They're fucking dumb as shit. They don't know basketball, but they will make dumb ass jokes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pod Don't Lie with Sam and Stav. And you know what, Sam? God is real and he's good. And we're not basketball atheists. If you guys were listening to the Patreon,
I'm still an atheist, dude.
You know what? It's not everything's
goth.
about you, Sam. Not everything's about you, you little goth bitch. Not me. I'm got the light of the Lord, dude. I'm the pastor's blonde daughter, and I'm sucking off the whole every young jock after Sunday school. That's who I am, dude. I believe.
You're a little whore.
I'm a little slut, but I believe, dude, because good Lord Almighty. Did Giannis Antetokounmpo
he was incredible.
The biggest game of his life, playoff in terms of playoff implications, without question. The Bucks somehow, after that series against the fucking Nets, man, was like such a roller coaster where it's like the first two games, it's like there's no chance. Then the Nets get hurt. Then it's like, oh, this is in the bag.
If there's a healthy Kyrie for this series,
shut your fucking lips.
Shut
your dirty fucking mouth.
They're already my pick for winning next year, the Nets, if they're just healthy.
But you know what? That's how this shit always works. Never. I mean, I guess the Celtics are the team that they did it and it all came together. But they were all way more desperate. They were all healthy that first year. Every super team never wins in the first year.
I think Durant really wants this one because he's so clearly the guy. Like he wasn't as clearly the guy. And it just shows his greatness that they've got Harden and Kyrie and they both defer to Kevin Durant.
Yeah. I mean, KD obviously has had the series of his life
yesterday.
The series of his fucking life. It's crazy. It's crazy that it gets wasted.
The shots he hits. Because PJ Tucker and Holiday, I know it's crazy to have Holiday on him, but the shots he hits are like I've never seen a player do in my life.
Yeah, it's insane. And it's what's, I mean, rooting for the opposing team, it's like I'm sure every shot was going in. I've never been more shocked in my life than with that air ball. Although I guess it shouldn't be shocking because the guy played literally the whole game.
52 minutes.
Insane. Fucking. I mean, didn't play half this season.
My neck is out from like tweaking it on like a 20-pound dumbbell. And this guy is standing tall. It's crazy. And dude, Kyrie not playing. Harden is like half a man.
Harden was a shell, dude. He was just
that bank shot that three that he banked in. I was like, this is fucking weird. Like,
and he had to turn up the falling for on every three like to 1,000 because he just couldn't generate points any other way. He was horrible. He shot horribly. His line didn't look terrible, but he was very inefficient. He was just like,
respect to him for playing because he was not 100%. I mean, and you look at Durant's supporting cast, and it's just not that good without those guys because they got rid of everybody.
You bet the farm on a third superstar when it's like, would that team in theory had looked better with Karis LeVert and the center who's on Cleveland now? What's his name?
Jared Allen. Would
they right now look better? Probably for this series, but.
Yeah, but they made the right move because
exactly you make the right move
because next year if they get one championship, that puts the franchise on the map. I mean,
although I don't know if this is real or if somebody was fucking around on Twitter. Maybe I should check, but I could have swore I saw Shams report that Kevin Durant is playing in the Olympics.
No, he's not. Is that for real,
bro? Okay, this is literally from Shams Charania. 2 hours ago, he tweeted this. And by the way, guys, we're recording this Sunday between the two games because of some scheduling stuff. We figured we wanted to get fresh reactions to the Bucks' triumph, to Mike Kuchenholzer becoming Mike Bullenholzer, to everything that's gone on. There's a crazy Clippers game, all this kind of shit. We just watched the Clippers Suns incredible game. We're talking about that. We're going to talk about the Jazz.
I'm officially rooting for the Suns to make the fun. I mean, I've been kind of rooting for them because of Chris Paul, but man, I like the rest of their team. They were fucking fun.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that, and we're gonna. So we figured we would do that before we unfortunately will not be covering what we are sure will be the greatest embarrassment of the baby nutted villains.
We might have to do like a
life.
30-minute bonus, depending on what happens. We'll see.
We will. I know what's gonna happen. He's gonna blow it. I can feel it. we're shooting vitriol towards the baby nutted villains.
But
direction.
if he doesn't blow it, dude, you think that crying Embiid emoji was fucking bad 2 years ago? It's gonna be scary.
It's not gonna be Embiid. It's gonna be Simmons. It's gonna take the heat. Simmons and Harris. Embiid has done everything you can ask the guy. He's playing on a fucking torn MCL.
I love Embiid.
But
I'm fucking
boy, oh boy.
I do not want to, and I take credit because my powers are very powerful.
Yeah.
My Samstradamus for saying that the Hawks could make the finals. The Hawks are they're a tough fucking team. They remind me of the Indiana Pacers a little bit.
Let me say this. Let me just say this. Fuck the Hawks. I hope they win. They won't because Trae Young is a little dick bastard. I hope they win so that I can root against him to 1,000%. So it's Giannis versus Trae.
You know what? I wouldn't be mad at that, but I think it would be a more entertaining series against the Sixers.
I think it would be a much more physical series because both teams are much better on defense.
And it's a weird matchup too, which I kind of like. I mean, Giannis and Embiid head to head is incredible if they do play each other at all.
Nah, Lopez. I mean, Giannis will. They have in the past guarded Giannis with
Simmons.
Embiid. No, with Embiid.
But Simmons plays on him too, right?
Yeah, so the Sixers are like a good team for that. Embiid honestly plays him. Embiid before teams figured out the wall, Embiid was his best defender because he was essentially a one-man wall. That they would play him where he would just stay back and wait for him to come to the come into the fucking cup or whatever. But anyway, yeah. So I was just saying that to give everybody a little context, what we're starting with, what we're not going to cover. But yes, as of 2 hours ago, this is Shams Charania says Brooklyn Nets star Kevin Durant expected to commit to Team USA for the Tokyo Olympics this summer.
That makes me, because that team's going to be incredible. So Lillard is confirmed. Devin Booker is confirmed. KD now. We got Draymond. That's fucking, I'm excited Draymond's going to play. Because you need that type of dude on Team USA, and you don't like. I love that. Who else is confirmed? It was someone else.
I think that's that. Those are the names that I've heard so far. But
having Dame, Durant, Devin.
Why? If you're Kevin Durant, you like, what are you doing, man? He's already won gold medals. He's like, he's fucking.
This time he's the leader, though. He's never been like the leader really on it.
It doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't fucking matter. If you have a gold medal, you have a gold medal. It doesn't really.
I don't know. Whatever happened to patriotism, stuff? Whatever happened to
get the fuck out of here. No team has ever challenged the Americans. No team currently. I'll say this. I guess Spain gave us a run for our money when Kobe was on the team that 1 year, but we still, America still, because I am a Greek. I'm a dual citizen.
As someone who still has flashbacks of Carlos Arroyo fucking going Allen Iverson on Team USA and humiliating him. The fact that we lost to Puerto Rico makes me say, good. Get Durant out there. That still haunts me. I was high.
You know what you are, dude? You're an American imperialist, dude. You're fucking Dick Cheney right now. You're trying to send Kevin Durant out there to sacrifice his knees for America, for oil. I don't know how, but that's what you're trying to do. I don't give a fuck,
here. Dude. I'm a Knicks fan. I don't give a fuck if he wins a ring with the Nets. I'm happy he's going out there.
Okay, so you're like, best case scenario, he wins a gold medal. Second best case scenario, shred those fucking knees up, you fucking Brooklyn Nets piece of shit.
I'm absolutely not. I love watching Durant. I'm a huge fan of his game. Watching him in the playoffs is like it reminds you how awesome. Like I missed him. I feel like Klay Thompson's gonna do that next year for us. Where we missed this dude. So I love watching Durant, but. Dude, I'm excited. I mean, it's just more basketball, and it's just more high-level basketball we get to watch.
See, I kind of like the idea that all the top tier guys were not going to be there, like LeBron, Durant, Curry, all those guys.
LeBron's got to rest because he's injured, but dude, fucking Durant playing is exciting.
I know, but Durant missed more than half this fucking year. I just think it's ridiculous. And plus, I thought it would have been cool to have a team full of like Draymond and Lillard are perfect, right? The kind of guys that are like they've never had the like main shine because it's always been about the other superstars. That's Booker
And Devin Booker.
Ascending guy is good. I
He
would have
has
loved
arrived.
to see.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see fucking honestly, for old time's sake, Carmelo Anthony. I would have liked it to be old guys and young guys, but not the main stars.
No, dude, this is exciting. I'm excited to see Kevin Durant get guarded by Andres Nocioni and tear his fucking ass up. I love it.
How old is Nocioni? 34?
I don't know. He's got to be up there. That dude really missed out because he was like kind of a futuristic player before they did the stretch, you know?
Yeah.
He was kind of like a small forward, power forward, and now he would have been so valuable.
41. He's 41 years old.
Fucking break him out, dude. Break his ass out.
Anyway, but we can talk about the Olympics later. We got a whole off season to talk about it. I want to talk about I'm still reeling, bro. You don't understand how to see Giannis go out there and to just what I wanted more than anything. Well, I don't know. It's kind
of. What are you
hard.
talking about? Success?
You don't know what your favorite player succeeding is like, Sam. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right. I never followed Spreewell to the fucking finals.
Yeah.
That's not a success, taking the 8th seed to the finals, motherfucker.
I guess you got me there, dude.
Allen Houston with the runner. Eat shit, dude.
You got me there.
I was happy for you, and now you're making me take it back. You were the first person I thought of when I got off stage. I was there. I was trying to make Dina Hashem stretch in Tampa. It's down to 6 seconds. I'm losing it watching the game.
Yeah.
I had to go on stage. I missed the Durant shot. I missed the overtime. I told BT at Side Splitters, the owner, to tell. I said, come in and tell me. There was never a moment for him to interrupt. So the second I got off, he goes, Buck's got it, dude. I was so happy for you.
Yeah,
don't make me lose that by hurting me. I'm a Knicks fan for life.
I'm just trying to paint a picture here. I'm trying to explain emotions you might not be familiar with, Sam. That's all.
Yeah, the LJ 4-point play. What was that like? I don't remember.
This was fucking career. This is for Giannis. No joke. This is straight up career defining. And because what I wanted more than anything was look, after Durant plays that insane game, in which by the game they should have won, by the way, like
but you want to talk should have, they're missing their fucking second best player and
quiet down.
And
quiet
James
down
Harden,
over there.
It can't walk.
I'm talking in the reality of what's going on. They should have won the game. At a certain point, you have to stop.
And Kyrie shouldn't have been injured. I mean, that's like he's
Mike Budenholzer shouldn't be a fucking cuck. Some things are just how they are, Sam. All right. I'm just saying, in Game 5, if the cuck and Holzer had run a little offense. Oh, no, I'm saying coming off Game 5 where Durant was out of his fucking mind and had that best game.
But that's what Durant does. I mean, Durant was incredible last night too.
So what I give
props to Drew Holiday because he had a horrible shooting night, but down the stretch in the fourth quarter, he was fucking money.
Yeah, he did. He definitely bounced back, although I was pulling my hair out in the first half.
For sure. Horrible shooting at first.
But all I'm saying is all I wanted the last two games, right, was I wanted Giannis to fucking go out there and just show what he's made of, right? Like, because you do get a little, there's all this shit floating around. Again, after Game 5, why isn't he guarding Durant? Why, and even shit I said where it's like he's taking too many jump shots.
I think
all this
PJ
stuff.
was doing such a good job on KD. I mean, how could you tire Giannis out? You see KD was tired out. You can't do that to your star. It makes sense to have PJ guard.
Yeah, listen, I think ultimately what they did was the smart thing where instead of having him, because people were like, why the fuck is he on Joe Harris, who hasn't done shit, who, by the way, had one of the worst series of all time.
Yeah, I feel for the guy because he's a terrific shooter.
I feel for him up until you remember what he got fucking paid, and then I don't feel bad at all for Joe Harris. He's living the fucking life. He's got a nice little fucking Park Slope penthouse, I'm pretty sure. Making fucking $20 million a year to just stand
but he's
in the
crying
corner.
into some silk pillows right now.
Yeah, he can suck my dick too.
I like Joe Harris.
Joe Harris is cool, but he can suck my dick as far as I'm concerned. I'm in Bucks championship mode. All the adversaries.
We gotta get you on the jump, dude. We gotta get you on. He's like Joe Harris, the poor shooting. Like he can suck my fucking hog.
Joe Harris can go to fucking town on this prick, as far as I'm concerned. Rachel, with his feathery hair, he can wrap my nuts. He can take his fucking hair and wrap my nuts with it. With use his fucking well conditioned hair and turn my dick into like a little piece of strudel, a little schnitzel. Anyway, that game was. I just wanted Giannis to not give up, to fucking assert himself, to do everything. And he responds with 2 insane games. The 2 elimination games he plays out of his fucking mind.
It was great.
And last night to fucking have 40 points. And by the way, KD had, again, we have to give KD 48. A ton of credit. 48, the most points in a game 7 ever.
And it was a better supporting cast. KD is unstoppable. I mean, this is insane.
Yeah, and he shouldn't have had to play that much and everything. But look, you have to play with what's in front of you, and with what was in front of him, Giannis goes 40, 13, and 5. The game before, I almost liked that performance even better because game 6, there were no jumpers. There was no nothing. It was 30 points, 17 rebounds, 3 assists. And that's the thing I was going to say about.
He took no threes in game 6.
Right. He got to taking a couple more jumpers in the beginning of and that, again, I blame the cuck for that. But I will give the cuck credit where credit is due.
Are you Bruce Willis in Pulp Fiction rescuing the cuck now?
I'm about the gimp. I'm about to cut the ball gag out of Mike Budenholzer's mouth right now. But I will give credit where credit's due with a defensive adjustment where I don't think he should have guarded KD because that's not the kind of guy. Again, Giannis is a fucking big man. He's a center. That's who he is. And you can get away with playing him with Brook Lopez because the defense is so good and Brook can stretch the floor. But in reality, that's really what Giannis is, right? So even on defense, the reason he's fucking defensive player of the year is because of all the added value he gives to the rest of the defense by being there, by being a help defender, by fucking shit up. And that's why I thought what was really smart, instead of putting him on fucking Joe Harris or whatever, what Budenholzer did, the adjustment he did make was he got Giannis, I think he was guarding Bruce Brown, where it was like, so now, because they love to fucking screen or Giannis was just guarding players that would get the screen. So that way you can switch everything. You can force Giannis, instead of getting Bruce Brown's guy on KD, and that's, I don't remember who it was, who the fuck, whatever the off guard was, Connaughton or whoever who was there at the time. Then you just have fucking Giannis in there fucking shit, and they switch. Instead of not switching anything, they started switching more. They started using Giannis because, you want PJ Tucker on him most of the time, but you also want Giannis there to fuck up the possessions, to get him on Harden sometimes, get him on. They had him on Harden too, and it was just he did a few smart things. That becomes easier when it becomes clear Harden is basically not going to move, so Giannis Giannis can afford to like jump out, and help block a shot or something because Harden's not going to cut. But still, you got to give him credit. They did everything they had in front of them.
I mean, Harden's moving like Stephen Hawking out there. It's fucking horrible. Yeah. But then you got – I want to give a guy who fucks of the week shout out to PJ Tucker, though, just because like year after year this dude guards the best player on the best team. I mean, all those years with the Rockets going through the Warriors, all those years he just has to go – I mean, I love his energy. I love the way he talks about KD. Like you see those press conferences and he's just like, yeah, we're chirping at each other. They're just talking about life. And then it's like almost like, fucking John Wick or some shit where they're just like fighting. And then they're just like, yeah, all right. Oh, what movie am I thinking of?
I don't know. Which one?
Fuck. I don't know.
It's certainly an action movie trope.
It's an action movie trope where they're fighting and then they kind of pause and they're like, regroup.
Yeah. John Wick has that where they go into the there's no killing allowed on the floor of the
the Continental. That's what I'm going. Oh,
yeah,
wonderful. Wonderful
yeah.
Yeah, no, I just love PJ Tucker, man. I just like every championship team needs that dude. And I mean, you see it, the Suns have Jay Crowder, the Warriors had Draymond, all these teams.
And by the way, Tucker was somebody that I thought whoever was going to take Harden was going to put Brooklyn. How much could Brooklyn have used PJ Tucker? He also considered going to the Heat even, so it's like, I'm very happy I was stoked when it happened. I thought he had a little something in the tank, and this is because it's become clear because some people were like, remember when that deal happens, and people were like, all right, it's nice, you didn't have to trade much, but is he really changing things for you?
You were pretty damn high on that trade.
And I mean, this is exactly how I envisioned it. You needed him to do some shit like this, and
Every
stand
team,
in the corners.
the Clippers, they have Marcus Morris, who's like a good defender, tough guy, but also can hit the three. I mean, Jay Crowder today, too. I mean, that guy is just fucking good. But every team, man, every team has that.
And I mean, it was just incredible. And I didn't get to see all of the game. I watched the first half, and then I had to go on stage. I was in Rochester at Comedy at the Carlson. Great club. Shouts out to everybody over there. Had a great weekend. Shout out to Mark.
Dog. I saw Bobby Jewell. It was classic.
Classic. Dude, I was selling merch because I brought a bunch of I took the Amtrak. So I was like, let me fucking load up I took a big ass suitcase. Let me load it up. I have a bunch of 2020 calendars or 2021 calendars. Even though it's June, I'm like, look, I got them. I'll fucking sign them. Like I'm trying to get rid of these fucking things. They're a collector's item though. They're beautiful. I have the few remaining. I think there's only like 30 left in the world. Then I have them and I'm selling them for $20 a pop at my live shows. But I'm literally I made the merch line move outside to the bar so that I could watch the game. I'm just like ignoring everyone.
I do that on my phone. I'll be watching on my phone and then put it down for pictures. But I will watch the game. I want to see it.
Yeah,
I did. I was selling I went through like a shitload of Naples, Florida, worst place on earth t-shirts.
That's awesome.
Tampa fucking.
Oh,
hates Naples,
I bet Tampa. That's a good market to shit on Naples.
Oh, I just held up the shirt and they fucking cheered, and I was like, oh, I'm going through a lot of these bad boys.
Yeah,
here.
hell yeah, that's what I like to hear. But it was just an incredible time. I mean, I couldn't believe it. Man. I could not believe. I'm still on some level in disbelief. And really what it comes down to is KD was just worn the fuck out. It's like he gave everything he had.
He doesn't shoot an air ball on that ever. If he's
even he doesn't shoot an air ball. He maybe doesn't even get blocked by Brook Lopez, who that was an insane play on his. And again, I have to also give it to Chris Middleton because like you said, they started off real slow, both him and Drew, but Middleton especially, it feels like every bucket he hit was like he just has a knack for hitting them when they really fucking count. He really has hit like super timely hoops, like so much for this.
Reminds
team.
me of Allen Houston a little bit. I mean, like just the two dribble spot up. He's fucking he's a smooth player.
Yeah.
Very smooth.
He's expanding his game, his one-on-one game too. And man, now you look at it and it's like, I just didn't think, as much as I love Giannis, because of the cuck, I thought they were toast in this series. I just thought.
I did too. I really didn't think they were going to win, but I also didn't anticipate Kyrie going down. So I think if Kyrie stays healthy, they win.
Yeah. I mean, I even thought game 7 was going to be a challenge, but
because if you've got one game,
I mean, dude,
you
if
look
Joe
at the
Harris,
best player. You don't look at the best team.
Exactly. And also if and also part of me was just like, well, Joe Harris statistically is not going to shoot this bad the whole time. I mean, this motherfucker was like,
he was great
crazy.
In the regular season. It's a bummer for him because he is a great shooter, but man, Durant just did it. Durant, it's cool to say that, like, man, he's the best player in the world. It's cool that he's taken that mantle, I think, officially.
And it also shows you like how important, like, look, we're all talking about Nick Claxton looks really good and fucking Bruce Brown, look at him, and Joe Harris. But it's like, it really goes to show you how important that system is for those guys to succeed. Because Joe Harris, great shooter, but we saw what happened when he becomes the second option instead of the fourth option. It's easy if you're that good a shooter mechanically to shoot 44% in the regular season when it's like there's two or three other guys that could command the double team. Now it's just KD and you're the only other person who they're even sort of scared of on offense. And they completely fucked him up, man. They really did. And I think
that's also
his fault.
But also Drew Holiday, like you see the difference in this team. Like you have Eric Bledsoe. You don't have a playmaker down the stretch. Like Drew hit that 3, then he hit a step back after making a defensive play. And you're like, Eric Bledsoe, there's not enough fucking.
Bledsoe would have crumbled like a Nilla wafer If he would have just fucking dissolved like a fucking like you fucking dipped it in milk, dude.
There
He
ain't enough
really
Zoloft in the world, brother.
no.
I mean,
I
not for
mean,
these
listen.
stakes.
I feel bad for this guy, but he
He is a premier defender, Eric Bledsoe.
and that's the difference though between him and Holiday. We saw it right here.
Yeah.
Even in a game where he starts bad,
Yeah.
Drew has the fucking toughness to be like, nah, I gotta fucking show up for my team. Whereas Bledsoe would have gotten in his head and he would have just fucking fallen apart. You know,
Drew seems like a champion. The way he just carries himself, like bad, as you said, bad early game and then comes through in the clutch. I mean, he also just he's guarding Kevin Durant on some plays.
I know.
This guy's like 6'3", and he's still. What's crazy is Durant kind of can't back him down. He's so strong.
Yeah, but he can shoot right over the top.
I mean,
of him.
yeah,
yeah.
You know what though? Durant can shoot over Giannis. I mean, Durant can get it up over. I mean, Durant is Dirk with handles. That's who he is. And there's never been a dude like that.
Yeah, no, for sure. Dirk with handles.
That's
and also much more mobile and a great defender when he puts his mind to it.
And he's got an anger problem, which I think works for him. Like Dirk was so chill. Durant is checking probably YouTube comments on a video of his and just getting like fired up.
Durant's
like
on dailymotion.com looking up like fucking screen grabbed rips of his fucking tweets and shit.
He's calling up his boy Rich. He's like, "You see what they wrote about me on Vimeo?" He's like, "What?" No, dude, he's incredible, man. I'm gonna miss watching him until whenever we can see him again. Whether it be,
the Olympics, which I think is fucking stupid, but hey, what can I say?
Yeah. I love it.
I know you're a Patriot. I forgot.
I'm a Patriot, and I want the Knicks to rise up next year. And I think I think it could be good for King Julius as well. You know what? When we had Porzingis,
the Olympics?
that was like, that's what we were hoping Porzingis would be like Durant-ish is what we were hoping for, because he had the athleticism, he had a bit of handles. You're like, maybe, but he just is. Durant is like, it's a lottery ticket, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, Durant's absolutely. We're not going to see a player like him. He's a complete one of one. It's awesome. It's cool to be in the era that he's in. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool. It's awesome that we got to do that. The way other people talk about, other one of one players that they got to like witness live, we got to fucking see Durant.
We got to live through Kobe too. We got to live through Iverson. We got to live through MJ. I mean, we've gotten to see so many of the best ever, but like, dude, Durant is.
No, Durant's singular. I mean, LeBron is too. Let's not.
There would be top five, of course, but there would be top five lists this year where Durant wasn't on it, and you're just like, you're fucking kidding yourself.
I don't know. I think you're arguing with a fake thing, Sam.
I think people would put him like sixth on some list. People would be like, Harden's better. Harden's the MVP of the team. People would say.
Well, I think that's solely because of
injury.
Durant missing time. Yeah, for sure. Because I think that's most of those lists where that was the caveat.
I will say what is a cool stat is that he is the best player in the world, and he's not on an all NBA team this year, and Julius Randle is. And I think that's something important to remember.
That is true. By the transitive property, Julius Randle is better than
had a better regular season than Kevin Durant.
Yeah, is better. Yeah, there was a stretch of the calendar year where Julius Randle was a better basketball player than Kevin Durant, and I think that you're right. That's very important to remember.
The king.
And shouts out, by the way, to the pride of Havre de Grace, Maryland, Emmanuel Quickly, who also made all rookie second team. Shouts out to IQ. Should have been first team.
Well, he'll have an RJ like bounce back where he's going to be angered by this, and he's gonna light shit. I'm excited for what Quickly is in year 2. I'm excited for what RJ is in year 3. Knicks, we're on the right track. We'll see what we do, but man, I hope we bring in Lonzo Ball and maybe Norman Powell would be great as well.
Okay,
what's so funny?
Norman Powell would be great, but I think, you know what? We got the cap space. He would be great, but I think the Blazers are going to try. My guess is the Blazers are going to try and sign him and maybe trade CJ. Would be my guess, but who knows?
I mean, shit, I would love CJ.
For the Knicks, what are you trading?
You know, I'm a very I'm a I'm not a,
Knox in a second round pick.
I still believe in Knox. I still believe in Kevin Knox.
They're
He's
not.
a baby.
We're not talking about this, man. We're
All
going
right.
to talk about the rest of the playoffs. We just watched the game, but before we get to that, we just watched Clippers Suns, but we should cover
Incredible
an incredible game. Shouts out to Devin Booker with his big fat light skinned penis. Just a caramel delight, probably, dude. How nice would it be to just take a look at his glistened up,
like
sweaty,
a giant Werther's original,
like a giant delicious Werther's original. Let me unwrap that. Let me go to I call sucking Devin Booker's cock going to grandma's house because it's full of Werther's originals.
He's the fucking best, dude. He looks like a Jonas brother. He's hot.
He's hot, dude. He's
Dale
really fucking hot.
Just tweeted at me that he's like, oh, John was like, holy shit. He's like a hot, kind of like darker skinned Jonas brother.
Yeah, he's hot. He's hot for sure. Without question.
The amount of ass that he and Bridges, two real handsome guys.
Phoenix too, just a town that's giving away pussy. There's pussy to be got in Phoenix.
Speaking of pussy to be got in Phoenix, stop. You remember a great point. Did you hear the story from Black Sports Online?
Oh no, please fill us in.
Instagram model Eliza Jane takes credit for the Suns making the Western Conference Finals after she claims to have given oral sex to the entire team. The Suns have gone 67-23 since that time. So what they wrote on Black Sports Online, regardless if you believe Eliza Jane for telling the truth or not, from the time she went viral telling a story about blowing all 7 players on the Phoenix Suns at the same damn time, they've gone 67-23, secured a spot in the Western Conference Finals. As a fact, it may be a coincidence, but she should get a ring if the Suns win the finals, which is certainly looking possible. They call her the throat god for a reason.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And I think we did mention her. I think I said she's making content and you can beat off to it. I think we did briefly mention her in the Patreon, but
she has definitely played a big role. I mean, you got to shout out the characters surrounding the Suns, not just her, but the Suns and 4 guy who up. Devin Booker got him seats apparently.
Which is awesome.
He's a celebrity. People are wearing shirts of him holding up.
That rules. That's awesome because like when you fuck somebody up in a fight, you want to tell the story, but it's kind of gauche to be like, oh yeah, I fucked this guy up. This guy is in the perfect situation. Is caught on tape. He was defending himself. He absolutely fucking mollywopped that motherfucker.
The guy cheap shot him too, so it's like extra points.
Yeah. Everything, and he fucking hits him with Suns in 4 at the end. That becomes a catchphrase.
He's holding one guy as he's hitting the other one. I was like, this is badass, dude.
That guy rules. I'm happy for. And you know what? That's the turning point for me in. Now, look, I'm not supporting anyone in these playoffs except for the Bucks, but I am absolutely rooting for the Suns over the Clippers, almost because Devin Booker is hot, he gets pussy, and also he supports the guy who was fucking like his fans fucking other people up to defend themselves. That's
it just made him
cool.
It made me like him so much. I already am like,
dude, there's a lot of
becoming
franchises.
a big fan.
There's a lot of franchises that just basically would not have they're like, look, you can do it through back channels or whatever, but we don't really want to be associated with the guy who just went viral committing fucking assault.
Is it assault or is it self-defense?
No, I guess he's right. But still, we don't want to be like how many?
I mean, he might be a loose cannon. Let's be real.
Like, we don't know about this guy's life, right?
He looked like he had a lot of power behind those punches.
Yeah.
And he threw in a few extra ones. And he didn't like be like, thank God they're away. He celebrated the assault.
Yeah,
I mean, he was posing. He looked like a fucking wrestling heel the way he just posed like this.
But you have to. It also says something when he's an opposing fan in a different. Like those guys must have been dickheads, right? Because it's like imagine if we're at MSG and some guy in like a Hawks jersey fought a Knicks fan and we were on the Hawks guy side. Like he must have been Knicks fan must have been a piece of shit. So like
I'm already
Nuggets
preparing
fans
for the fans I'm gonna have to throw out of my Atlanta Punchline shows in September who show up in a fucking Trae Young jersey. You will be escorted out.
You will be escorted out, and we will be shaving your heads and then gluing it back on so you can have the exact hair as your little dick fucking hero who is going to lose. You mark my words, it's a Stavros Halkis guarantee. The Sixers are taking it. We haven't watched that game yet.
You know what though? he did something that I thought you would like in that interview going into the Sixers series when he said, "Oh, I'm happy to be in Philly. They got some hot girls here." Like, I thought you would like that move.
I missed that, and I respect that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm starting to turn around.
I hate Trey for his dishonor, but I do respect him. I respect him because I will say this: it's rare to see young players embrace the hate the way he does and thrive. Like guys like Donovan Mitchell, Trey Young, Devin Booker. Like the league is going to be so fucking awesome for the next decade. I'm pumped.
Here's my official stance.
Yeah.
Fuck Trey Young. He can suck my dick and balls.
He's dishonorable, and I don't care for him, but I respect him.
Nah, you won't get any of that from me until he is knocked out of these fucking playoffs. All right.
Wow. Okay. So you're knocking out. Avenge me, Stav. I mean,
I'm gonna avenge you, dude. I'm gonna avenge you, and I'm pissed. I'm not pissed because again, the Rochester shows were great, and they were like late shows were sold out. They were great. It was fun to be out there, but I would have been at Game 7 for sure if I was in town, and it kind of breaks my heart that I wasn't there to watch Giannis in person.
I hear you, buddy.
What are you going to do? There's still a lot of great basketball. I mean, let's talk before we get to Suns Clippers. We got to talk Clippers Jazz. Rudy Gobert, fraud of the century. Rudy Fraud Bear.
He had moments though in that series where he just dominated, and
Yeah, okay. He had moments. That's like saying I was hard at the beginning when we started hooking up. And then as soon as it's dick and pussy time, my dick wilts, and I'm like, I had remember
that stuff. I signed your fucking soft dick to a $200 million fuck contract, and you couldn't deliver. No, they're in trouble. They're in trouble.
They are fucked.
Well, I mean, Mitchell is incredible. He was playing hurt, but he's an incredible player.
Donovan Mitchell, drafted by the New York Mets, I believe, or a Mets fan, something
huge
like
Mets
that.
fan, and we
huge
passed
Mets
on.
fan. I don't know, man.
We did about Jacob deGrom.
Look, the guy has shown some affinity for the New York City area. He likes the blue and orange.
They're not winning, by the way. The Jazz. You can't win when you pay a guy like Rudy $200. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude, they embarrassed him. And by the way, Quinn Snyder, why not just fucking yank Rudy? I don't get it. So the Clippers, and we should say Terrence Mann had the fucking absolute game of his life.
I love that kid, and give credit to playoff Rondo for pushing him to have that type of game.
I don't think I can do that.
I think having a veteran like that definitely brought out the best.
Having a veteran deep on the bench for that series.
Sure. He played well today, though. He did play well today.
He was -8. I don't know if you saw the
-8, but he had 6 or 7 assists. They lost the game.
I'm more of an analytics guy. They
lost the fucking game.
I'm more of an analytics guy.
What did they lose by?
-8.
Did they lose by 8? What did they lose by?
I don't know. I can tell you right now.
They lost by 6. I'm sorry. Wow.
Oh, so he was the difference. Let me go through it. Terrence Mann +5, Marcus Morris -11, Batum +6.
Marcus Morris is playing hurt, and don't you dare disrespect him.
I'm sorry. He was
a friend of the podcast.
You know what? I was wrong. Rajon Rondo was -14. He had 8 points. So, as an analytics guru myself, I think
how many assists did he have, Stavros? In 22 minutes, he had 7 dimes, motherfucker.
Didn't really make a difference, did it?
Okay, but just tell me that he's not. I'll say this. Terrence Mann, bad motherfucker.
He rocks. He absolutely.
I want him on the Knicks. I like his energy, dude.
What the fuck was going? That game was insane. So, to paint the picture again, I finished up my shows at Rochester. I'm trying to stay healthy. I'm back at the Airbnb, and I'm just eating.
Airbnb on the road. That's fucking weird.
I Airbnb so I can cook my own healthy meals, Sam.
Makes sense.
I had an egg white. Dude, I had an egg white and smoked salmon. Fucking.
You hit a Whole Foods or something? What are you doing?
I went to Wegmans. I went to Wegmans. I got me some eggs. I got some smoked salmon, some fresh fruit, some Greek yogurt. I'm fucking in there. I'm having English muffins with egg white and smoked salmon. That's a fucking great breakfast. I have a little chicken breast. I have a little fucking spinach. Make a little fucking, have some hot sauce. Make a little dressing.
Well, I went to Tampa Joe's, and
Tampa Joe's. I'm familiar with it.
It's a lovely restaurant.
I love
Tampa
Joe's.
Place.
It's a place. Yeah. I've made that walk across the highway from the Holiday Inn at Side Splitters to go to Tampa
I
Joe's.
think this is my last time staying at the Holiday Inn. I think I'm gonna upgrade. I think I'm worth it. At this point.
I'm not. I stayed there. I stayed in the condo once, which was the worst place I've ever been in my life.
It's awful.
It's like
that's where Dina and her boyfriend stayed. I was like, you guys knock yourself out. I've been to that fucking club the last 10 years every year.
Wow, really? 10 years?
10 years, brother.
From feature to headliner, brother?
Oh yeah, dude.
I mean, yeah, you know what? You're saying that, and I guess I'm thinking about it. I just saw on my iPhone something popped up, and it was me and Bobby going on tour 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So I guess I've been there for 6 years. Like this is real. Side Splitters is a part of our lives.
I had people in the crowd giving me cards. Like this woman gave me a card for like picture of us another time I was there. Like,
that's hilarious. Yeah. It's so funny. The horrible places that mean something to us.
I love that club though, man.
I love the club, but I spent that Tampa Joe's and fucking
that sushi spot's pretty good though.
I haven't been to the sushi spot.
Oh, you're missing out, brother.
I gotta get there.
Got my sashimi on.
Respect. Okay. All right. I'm with you there.
It wasn't too shabby.
Ah, man, I had some depressing meals, an entire pizza from Tampa Joe's and like wings just alone in my Holiday Inn hotel room.
I was trying to be healthy. I got a Caesar salad with salmon. They bring me like fresh baked garlic bread that comes with the salad.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm obviously going to eat it all, you know?
Yeah.
Every place in Tampa that gives you a salad, you get like a loaf of bread with the salad. And you're like, all right, fuck it.
You have to, when you order, that's the only way you can do it. You have to say no bread when you order.
I have no willpower.
Anyway,
I eat badly every meal on the road.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's so awesome. It's such a great life. But anyway, yeah. What the fuck were we? Oh yeah. So I'm back in the Airbnb and I'm watching, and the game when I get there, it's like Utah's up, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this game. I'm just putting it on in the background. I'm like, I'll watch it, but I should probably just go to bed. And then as I'm just eating my fucking little healthy, like I made some popcorn, some with no butter. I'm fucking eating like I have a little popsicle, these 40-calorie popsicles. They're
You're
very
committed,
good.
bro. I respect it, man. Good for you.
I'm trying, man.
You're looking good. You really are.
It's just the road can be too much. But as I'm doing that and I'm eating my little Greek yogurt and shit like that, the Clippers just start bombing threes, and I'm like, whoa, this is interesting. And they cut it. And I'm like, this is, I just assumed the Jazz are going to win. There's no way, they're going to do. And it's like, this is the third quarter. The third quarter, the Jazz were up by 25 points to start the quarter. And that quarter ends, they're up by fucking 4. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And all of that was Terrence Mann. And then in the fourth quarter, all they did was they just played small, no big man. And they just Rudy had to go out on the perimeter and he could not do it. Couldn't do it. And they stayed with that so long, they didn't take him out of the game. They just said, we're going to keep our guy in there, which is fucking stupid because he got absolutely fucking destroyed. And it was guys like,
what do the Jazz
Terrence
do
Mann.
though now? I don't get what they do because like you just don't. This is your squad. I know Mike Conley was hurt, but like you lost to the Clippers without their best player. Yeah, like that's a bad sign.
You're the 1 seed. You lost to the lower seed without their franchise player.
It's kind of how I look at the Blazers. You lost to a team without their second best player, who then got swept in the next round in Denver. That's a bad sign for where you're at right now.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And what's crazy, that game was so wild too because it's like, I think what you do if you're the Jazz is what you should have done in this series, where it's like you need to have as a team a counter punch when the other team plays your center off the fucking floor. And I know you're saying like, well, we get we signed him to that big contract. He's our friend. He's our 2A if Donovan, or he's our 1B if Donovan's our 1A. But they were fucking embarrassing you. And maybe that's easier. I mean, Mike Conley was clearly hurt that game. He did not look good.
It's sad to see these guys like they're like do or die. I got to play. And they're just fucking poor Mike Conley, who's terrific.
But dude, put fucking Joe Ingles and Jordan Clarkson in there. Take Gobert out. Go Bogdanovich, Royce O'Neal.
Ingles
Donovan
wasn't very
Mitchell.
good this series. He did not have a great series.
But I know, but he would have been better than Rudy
Yeah.
Gobert. Like, and that's the thing. If they're gonna just do that, then you play small. You have this season they had like the best three.
I guess I'm looking at his numbers now. He wasn't as bad as I mean, shooting wise, he wasn't as bad as I thought.
It's just
that bad game one. That's what I was remembering.
So that was fuck. Quinn fucked the money up big time. And if you ask me, he should have been more focused. What he should have done is smoke a little bit of high quality CBD from our friends at cushydreams.com. Because I don't know if you know this, Sam. Tyronn Lue is on record as saying that the big turnaround, why is he so good at adjustments? Because he doesn't start smoking Cushy Dreams in a series until game 3. And that's when he really comes alive. And Ty Lue smoked that fucking beautiful shit that they got at Cushy Dreams. And by the way, this is not your average. This isn't the CBD you're buying from the fucking bodega, Sammy. This is high quality, lab grown, lab tested, the absolute good shit, the highest potency, the highest amount of CBD that you can get on the fucking market. Okay, pal? And they got any kind of fucking strain you want. You want to feel up. You want to feel, peppy. You want to get in the zone. You want to try and fucking relax. Honestly, if I had a little bit of CBD at the hotel room or in the Airbnb, I would be doing a lot better because I would have been able to sleep better instead of being all amped up from the wind.
I should have brought some to Tampa, dude. I was on pain meds all weekend. I didn't get to drink any of those. They got all those fun canned cocktails at this club I wanted to drink, White Claws, and not just that, they have like Kettle One ones. They have fucking Crown canned drinks. I'm like, get me a fucking canned cocktail.
Yeah,
but I'm on fucking muscle relaxers. I can't drink them.
Get me a canned cocktail and a nice fat joint, a fat gram joint of Cushy Dreams, maybe some dream, maybe some peace, maybe some relax. And that's what I love about Cushy Dreams. They got these strands in whatever fucking flavor you want them, but they also have different sizes and different amounts of fucking, I'm a joint guy. You're a joint guy, Sammy. I like the half-gram joints. We've talked about it over and over again.
The other ones are a little big for just you. If you have a friend, they're better, but the little ones, man, I love those little joints.
The way we wish women felt about dick size is the way we feel about these pre-rolls. We'll take the little ones all day. The whole gram one is a little too indulgent for me, but maybe you're a CBD size queen out there. And if you are, you're going to want to get that gram joint or get the whole 3.5 gram tint.
The tins are fun, man. I like those
a tin every once in a while.
Yeah. Get a little bowl going.
Yeah. Smoke it out of your little pipe, whatever the fuck you want. So folks, if you want to fucking fire up some Cushy Dreams, and by the way, we love it. That's our favorite way to take in a basketball game is by winding down for the night. Hell, I'm about to fucking smoke a little Cushy Dreams and watch the dishonorable baby nutted Werther's original dipped in pubes, Trae Young. Devin Booker's the Werther's original. His dick is the Werther's original because it's delicious.
You know what he is? He's like a Werther's original. You know those like Werther's original chewy caramels that you could like bite into?
Yeah.
That's what fucking Devin Booker is. He's a fucking
he's
a chewable dude.
He's a succulent chewable, and it's huge. It's a novelty size. Have you ever been to fucking Hershey Park and they have those gigantic kisses? That his dick is that version of a Werther's
I've
original.
been to Hershey's Park and it fucking rules.
Yeah.
And, Hershey's, Pennsylvania, baby. Shouts out. Been with our boy Anthony DeVito.
I love it.
And dude, yeah, you're right. He's a giant Werther's, huge prick.
Mm-hmm. Delicious.
Salty, but also sweet.
Exactly. The only thing that comes close to being able to give Devin Booker head is smoke Cushy Dreams. Smoke high quality CBD from our friends at Cushy Dreams. So if you're not a porn star in Arizona or a hot co-ed that goes to ASU, you're going to have to settle. But the good news is you're not really settling because this fucking Cushy Dreams is going to knock your socks off. So what we're going to need you to do is go to cushydreams.com. That's KUSHY dreams.com and use promo code PODDON'T. That's PODDONT. And you'll get 20% off your next order. My computer's trying to restart. I hope it doesn't happen.
Well, Harry's recording. We're probably all right.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know.
Sorry, during the read, I saw it's like we're all set to go for your restart, and I'm like, what restart?
Oh, fuck.
But it didn't start, so I think we're good,
dude. Yeah, that game was incredible. The Clippers Suns. I mean, Devin Booker has truly just become a
Dude,
superstar.
Yeah, I mean,
He is that.
Let's talk
good.
about that game now because the Jazz game was incredible in terms of the turnaround. And by the way, no fucking lead is safe in these playoffs. It rules. You're in every game. You
Every
have
team
to
can
watch.
shoot threes now, so you can knock a 20-point lead out like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, even, the team that probably I wouldn't trust is more than any of them is Philly. Honestly, even the Bucks can get hot. The Bucks can absolutely get hot, and they had a great offense during the regular season. But Philly
They
sometimes,
but dude, Phoenix has shooting.
Phoenix, Atlanta, and the Clippers all can pour it in.
Yeah, I mean, Phoenix, you got Crowder was hot today. Mikal Bridges shoots threes. You got Cam can shoot threes. You got all these motherfuckers on the team. Obviously Booker, who triple double, man, first triple double since Steve Nash for the Phoenix Suns in the playoffs. Holy shit!
Yeah, it's his first career triple double, and he does it in such an insane way.
40 points, 13 rebounds, 11 dimes on 15 to 29 shooting. There was a point in the third quarter where I was like, this dude's he's not missing a shot. It was gorgeous.
The second half of the third quarter, he was out of his fucking mind. And it was really nice to. And you know what? Paul George is kind of going back and forth with him too. And I have to say,
Paul George has been great.
It's annoying. He's been good.
I don't want to see him keep failing. I don't care if the Clippers lose. I want to see PG. He's a fun player to watch when he gets hot.
Yeah.
He's got that quick release, that step back. PG has got a pretty stroke.
It would be nice to see him just get it together, I guess. But
Devin Booker is so cool, and he's kind of got beef with PG going back to last.
I like that. I
love, and Booker is just fucking. He's just a fucking killer. Like my friend texted me and he goes, Devin Booker was such a Kobe fan, and you see like in his game, like the footwork. There's no other guard really with that footwork in the NBA as good as Booker, I don't think.
Yeah, Booker absolutely loves Kobe for sure. And he's really, I mean, you have to give it to him, man. First time in the playoffs and really doing everything you want. And I will continue to eat, humble pie about when we're wrong here, folks. And I was on record as saying I was never a big DeAndre Ayton guy from the jump, but
I supported Ayton.
I know you did. You always have. And he's looked great in these playoffs. And I mean,
I think it used to, what's funny? It used to take point guards a really long time to adapt to the NBA, but now I think it sometimes takes big men a really long time because they're not featured like they used to be.
Yeah, and defense is a lot more complicated than just being huge and standing there,
For sure.
It's like it's only the elite guys. And listen, we can shit on Gobert as much as we want, but when it comes to what he's good at, he's the best at it. It's just that how important is that skill in the NBA to really be to learn that.
It's important, but is it worth a supermax?
Right.
It's not. I don't think it is. I don't think you can be a one side of the NBA. You can't be a one-way player unless you're like Luka.
It's certainly not more than the max, right? Like,
yeah,
he's probably even a just under the max guy, if that. But I don't know, man.
It's a good reason to lock up Mitchell Robinson at a reasonable cost because I think he's going to become a really effective, like Marcus Camby for the Knicks type player. So I lock him up. Hopefully he can stay healthy, but lock him up.
Hillary Clinton, lock him up, dude.
Lock him up.
Lock him up.
A disgraceful group was like, no, we're on his side.
No, we like him.
No, I just think like, if you give the money to someone like that, it's got to be, and it's a one side of the game player. It's got to be Luka, who's not an amazing defender, but like
for sure, it's got to be an offensive player. Yeah, it's got to be an offensive player without question. So anyway, this game that we just watched was a back and forth affair. It was fucking thrilling. Paul George had 34 himself. I mean, he was incredible. He was really good. Although I guess he only shot less than 40%, but he shot 46.
Well, a lot of those shots were bad shots at the end of the game.
Yeah, but he shot 46 from three, which is fucking insane. And Booker really was just out of his fucking mind, though. Truly.
Yeah. Insane performance.
40-point triple-double. Only Charles Barkley has done that for the Suns.
Wow.
Dude, it pisses me off to see Torrey Craig out there playing so much because the Bucks had him and they just let him go.
Yeah,
I thought he would. I mean, they could have used, especially now with DiVincenzo out, he would have gotten a lot of minutes. I think.
Are you surprised to see DeMarcus Cousins getting 11 minutes or 13 minutes?
I was, but I guess it's a matchup thing, and he looked okay in spurts, but then I think the second stint, I didn't catch the first part of this game, so I was taking the Amtrak back, a nice brisk 7-hour Amtrak back.
I
But
cannot believe you put your. I would fly in a second. That's
dude, I love it. I read a book. I got a lot of work done. I set up my whole. I'm announcing my tour, guys. If you're listening to this,
hell yeah.
my tour. I was working on my website, putting all the links up and shit. So I made it I had a nice time. I like the Amtrak. Could it have been 2 hours shorter? And
I like a 3 or 4 hour Amtrak. I don't like a 7 hour.
3 to 5 is the sweet spot, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's say 4.
4 is all
But
right. Yeah.
anyway, 2's too quick in my opinion. It's nothing.
For sure.
Anyway, yeah, dude. This series is very interesting because we were talking about it a little bit. We were texting each other this weekend, and I think the Clippers are at a much bigger disadvantage missing Kawhi as opposed to CP3 because CP3's going to be back and he's going to be healthy as soon as he's back because he got the vaccine, so he's not going to have any symptoms.
And that team kind of plays in his image already. Like he's kind of set them up to play this tougher style.
Well, and you just see it. Devin Booker's ready for it, dude. He's fucking ready for the moment, and that
but they need CP3 badly.
They didn't need him today.
Okay, but the Clippers have gone down 0-2 in the first 2 rounds and won the series. So I'm just saying, I wouldn't be.
Well, I just think the Suns are at a much bigger advantage because CP3 is going to come back and he's not actually hurt.
We don't know when though.
He might miss the next one, but 2 games max.
You could test positive for 2 weeks. Who knows?
You think so?
Of course. That's what they say. COVID's 2 weeks. Even if you're vaxxed, he has it.
When did he get it? I think we did the math on this, right? Already?
I don't know.
Whatever. Anyway, he's going to be back, but Kawhi might not be back. And if he is back, he's dealing with an ACL. Like
awful. Terrible.
So I don't know, man.
Terrible to see one of the best players of our generation, man. Fucking horrible.
And the other thing is, I don't think I just think Monty is a better coach than Ty Lue was able to although I guess it's not that I think Quinn Snyder's a bad coach, that he's a coach that's set in his ways. I think Monty will make some adjustments. They had to do a lot of
every white coach is just set in their ways. And every black coach is like, I could adapt.
Yeah, they have to actually work for their position. Yeah. They don't get to just stick around. It takes them way too long to get a shot, so they're much better. But Monty, to make this team work at the beginning, they had to play around a bunch, and I feel like they will counter punch whatever Ty Lue does because Ty Lue has shown himself to be a master at fucking the anti-Budenholzer. He's the master at adjustments. He knows what to do. I mean, and
he's also kind of the anti-Doc. I mean, Doc up 3-1 losing, he's down 3-1 and winning. So
yeah, exactly. That's the thing, dude. Going back to the Bucks to take it to a Stavros-centric view of the world. I am terrified of especially Ty Lue. Ty Lue is they're like photo negatives of each other, of all his weaknesses in the playoffs. I think Ty Lue is good at, but Monty's a better coach than.
But if
the
Clippers win somehow and face the Bucks, say that it's the Bucks and the Clippers without Kawhi, the Bucks are going to crush them.
I guess you're right. Even Monty, I'm scared of.
With Kawhi, it's an interesting series.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not scared of Doc Rivers though. Doc Rivers is basically just a
good motivator. He's like Herman Edwards, it's
but still a cuck. He doesn't get as big a kick out of it as Budenholzer, but no one's been cucked more than Doc Rivers in big series.
For sure.
And just because he's got he's got the one chip that everyone forgets, but boy, has that man been a part of a lot of collapses. So,
and also we all know the real architect of that Celtics defense was a great Coach Tibbs. They call me Mr. Tibbs.
That's right, brother.
I love Tibbs.
So yeah, man. Now we just fucking wait and see what the little baby nutted villain does. Sorry to everyone that was expecting us to cover that, but it will be coming up. We might do a quick
maybe we do a 20-minute recap. Who knows?
Recap. We'll see how the night goes. But if not, then whatever. We'll cover it on the Patreon. But here's the thing: we know how it's gonna happen. The baby nutted villain is going down in flames. He's going down, brother.
That offense. You know what would scare me if I'm the Sixers? That offense is hot. The shots are just going in. It's also, what's crazy about the Sixers too is imagine if they don't make this trade for Seth Curry and they still have Josh Richardson.
Yeah,
they're fucked.
They're fucked. Seth Curry somehow has become their entire offense.
You know what this team reminds me of a little bit of the LA Clippers when JJ Redick was the starter on their team. A little bit because you got the good big Embiid, Blake, then you got, but like too many things going through Redick. The Clippers would also go to Crawford so much down the stretch, that old team. Like you're going against the bet, and I love Jamal Crawford, but you're going up against like fucking Kobe.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Or the Warriors. Like you can't have this guy taking like ISO plays.
Right. Yeah. I mean, those teams though, it was like not understandable, but it was like that was sort of JJ Redick. They were kind of betting when he was a big free agent acquisition, and they were kind of betting that he would make sense. And this is like they're desperate because they have in theory, they have 2 max players on the roster that should be doing this. It should be Tobias and Ben.
Tobias is really the wild card because you're like, Will, what are we going to get?
You want to talk about Rudy? At least Rudy is like gives you what he gives you. Tobias, if he's not scoring, then what the fuck is he on the floor for? It's crazy, dude. And he's making again max money. If Tobias was a $20 million player, it would not be the same thing. But
he's kind of like a Willie won't he be an all-star type player. He's kind of right on that edge, but
he's very similar player to Middleton, but Middleton has been coming up big, and he's had some bad games, but he's come up big in a lot of others.
Middleton's also a much better pure shooter than Harris. Harris is like more of a traditional scorer. He had a good game last game, but he's had some games this series where he's just been silent.
Yeah,
and also it's not just.
But also it's Ben.
He's also got to. He's got to come up in the fourth quarter with creating shots because. He's still a young guy. He's kind of
the Sixers have the same thing. The Sixers have the same thing the Bucks have. Your main guy is a center. Your main guy is a low post. And by the way, I want to shout out Giannis because he took KD, and even though he's not a creator, that motherfucker has so much heart. He took KD in the fucking post and just said, "Fuck it, I'm getting this bucket." And I love the guy. I can't wait. He's so young too. He's fucking 25. Like he's got the best basketball ahead of him.
They've got a shot, Stav. I mean, that's the crazy thing.
They've got a shot right now. I know. It's crazy. I can't believe it. I'm back in, dude. I was starting to be goth, but I'm out. Like I said, I'm the hot little slut pastor's daughter, dude, with my blonde.
I'm wearing
blonde
fucking
streaks.
Clown makeup, motherfucker. I'm going to an insane clown posse concert. That's how goth I am now, dude. Fuck the world. Although I'll tell you, brother, I'm summer league. You know the Knicks are going to trade up for something special in this draft, and you know that RJ, Quickly, Randall, Mitchell, we're going to get something going in the Garden, brother.
Dude, I think actually the lottery drawing is Tuesday, I believe. So, I'm
nervous. I mean, I don't think we're gonna get. We don't get a lottery though.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We don't have a lottery pick at all.
Our pick in the Mavs, but hey, we got 2 picks. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that's true. Damn, we don't even have like a shitty lottery pick.
No. I mean, we were good this year, man. That's the culture turned around. That's what you trade off for. But I'll take it.
You're right, dude.
I'll take the culture being back in the Garden. I'll take Hope being back in the Garden. I'll take re-signing Nerlens at a discount. I'll take a nice little multi-year deal from Mitchell. And I'm telling you, brother, we're going to get this train rocking. I hope you like Amtrak, brother, because you hop on this train.
I'm hopping on the train.
Hop back on, brother.
Choo-choo.
Dude, Julius. But we're fucking, dude. I'm still excited. I love Julius. I'm still excited for next year.
Listen, I love God. I love life. I'm in it. I'm devoting myself for the remainder of this postseason to the Church of Basketball.
You're Milwaukee Church, motherfucker. You're not even a basketball.
I'm a Giannis church.
I love how the Suns play. They play beautiful basketball. They swing the ball. They're just.
I got a couple
pretty
balls you
team.
can swing into your cheeks if you get the idea to root against the Bucks and for the Suns. I got
Yeah.
a big fat pair of Mediterranean nuts that I'm going to swing right.
Call my
in the
balls
back of your
Maurice
throat.
because they're gonna be in your cheeks, motherfucker.
All right, let's wrap this fucker up. We're about to watch Trae Young, and you guys already know what's happened. But I hope it's going to be so funny if he just has the performance of his life. And I've been talking this whole episode about him blowing it.
I
but-
think the Sixers are the better team, but like that's what fucking dudes in the playoffs. Like Trae Young is that. Like, would you take Trae Young over Ben Simmons? I would.
Yeah, I guess I would.
Isn't that crazy to say though? You weren't saying that earlier this year when Simmons was fucking DPOY potential.
I don't know. See, okay, you can't ask me questions like that when I'm so deeply in my fuck Trae Young character right now. Okay,
That's why I'm asking it, dude. That's specifically why I'm asking you because that's how good Trae is. I hate it. I
won't be on record about what I actually believe basketball wise because right now he's like I said he's a pube colored hard candy to me. Pube covered.
No, I mean no one's denying that. I'm just saying he's a fucking great pube colored hard candy.
We'll talk about all this. We'll
I said
get into
colored. I meant covered. Wow, I said
Covered.
colored. Wow, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, I think I said it and then just it slipped out and then I immediately corrected myself, but I think it was just in the ether. But
Yeah,
he's pube covered, everyone.
covered.
And by the way, I feel like pubes can be pretty much any color, can't they?
Sure.
We got blonde, we got red, we got
Yeah, Kevin Herter's
black.
got fucking red as shit.
yo,
pubes.
yeah,
Sure.
absolutely. that
Motherfucker's
man.
looking like Chucky down there. Kevin Herter can fucking shoot, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's annoying because again, outside of the deep anti-Trae bias that I will be rocking with for the whole postseason, it does break my heart to admit that Atlanta is a likable team. It
Not only
really
that,
does.
Bogdanovich is a fucking killer. Danilo
him.
is nice.
He's a
Dude, they're
piece of
all
shit.
fucking.
He's a
all
welching on his word, Eastern European
wasn't
fucking
his fault. It was
scumbag.
fucking the Bucks fucked up.
He has no honor. He has no honor. That fucking Serbian, whatever the fuck he is, piece of shit. Fuck him. Now let's read a couple fucking reviews and get on out of here. What do you say, Sammy?
You got it, brother.
This is from Basketball Tony, who says hope for the Jazz. I don't know about that. Favorite ball podcast. I'm a lifetime Jazz fan, but Sam and Stav have showed me that the Knicks and the Bucks are super worth cheering for too.
Thank you.
Wish Tibbs and the Knicks could have pulled it off. Thanks, Tony. Dream finals, Jazz and the Bucks. They do spew a lot of 2020 DPOY Rudy Gobert hate, which I have to disagree with, but I still greatly respect these two. Would love to hear some Joe Ingles and Donovan love from the fellas. Huge recommend, 10 out of 10. Wow, thanks, Tony. Wish we had read this before we trashed your stupid fucking team.
No, that
talked about how fucked they
story
are.
that John Stockton is.
Oh, we didn't even get to that. Yeah.
Anti-vax documentary, which is like perfect. Man, John Stockton and Karl Malone have got to be two of the least likable players of all time.
It's crazy. It's so wild to be like okay, so it's like for a whole generation, we were like, yeah, Karl Malone's a fucking child molester. We don't fuck with him. And Stockton was a piece of shit, but he seems fine. And then he's like, wait a second, I just want to go on record. I'm a much less big, don't get me wrong, conspiracy theorist still, I would much rather have that than child molester.
Yeah,
but
God, yeah.
But still not good when he's claiming he's done his own research on the vaccine.
He's bordering on Q, which means he might turn on Malone with the whole child molester because they are anti-pedo. So there might be some friction between the two.
Yeah, but they're anti they think it's like some kind of like crazy conspiracy.
Sure.
When it comes to good old mom and pop pedophile, I feel like Q is still on board,
Maybe.
So they support small business.
Maybe Stockton will hand him a 13-year-old because he's always good at setting them up.
Anyway, yeah, thank you, Tony, but a tough week to be a Utah Jazz fan, that's for sure.
Brutal. Just brutal.
This is from Ham Tickler.
And shouts out to Donovan Mitchell on an incredible season. I love the guy. I'm really a fan.
And he also looked pretty hobbled too, to be fair.
Oh my God. See how fucking devastated he was. And he was incredible in those first few games. He's a huge Mets fan. I'm thinking, hey man, you know what else is orange and blue? I'll give you a motherfucking hand. See you in the garden soon, brother.
See you in the garden, brother. last one here from Ham Tickler 45. Best sports pod out there. Unbelievable combination of actual sports knowledge and comedy. Probably my new favorite podcast. Even subscribe to their Patreon. Oh, Ham Tickler. What a fucking guy. Can't believe the show is not more popular. Fantastic podcast. Thank you, Ham Tickler. We're getting there, baby. It's only been a full year. I mean, we started in the off season of last year, and because of the pandemic, there's really not been an off season. So, you know, this is about to be, we're going to go into this next season strong, ready to go, ready to pounce. And we appreciate you, Ham Tickler. We appreciate you, basketball Tony. And we appreciate everyone on the Patreon. We're up to the hard dick 1534. That's the hardest our dicks have ever been. When we get to 2,000 patrons, like I said, we have promised to proposition Stan Van Gundy for sex, for group sex.
He's unemployed now, so
he's unemployed. Anyway, thank you guys so much. We will be back very soon, and we will be recapping everything. And go Sixers for tonight, and go Bucks to the NBA championship.